We're friends.
Friends. Who?
Yellow shoelaces.
Hello guys, welcome back to Yellow Shoelaces. I'm here again with the amazing Sweet Tea, and lady to my left is Miss Ceasy Breezy.
Hi, everyone.
Guys, you're hearing rustling. You know what? I'm thinking maybe we should have something softer to eat, because I know you must be like, I'm so hungry. Why is she eating and we can't eat too? But you know what? You can eat too. So every time you pop open my podcast, pop open, that just sounds horrible. Anytime you click on my podcast, I don't know if that sounds better. Anytime you get that notification for my podcast, please make yourself a sandwich, pause, and then enjoy lunch with us. So I'm having, again, lamb with rice. Sweet Tea, what you eating?
I'm eating vegan lamb and rice with garlic sauce.
Miss Easy?
I'm having also the vegan lamb with garlic sauce.
Well, I'd like to give a shout out to one of my peeps out there, Holly Swoosh. Guys, check her out. She is a comedian from Charleston, South Kakalaki. And she says how wonderful it is to have vegan friends. And I kind of put you guys on blast because I'm like, I love them, but they're not wholehearted vegans now. They be getting down with the ground, the cows, but I love them. Thank you, Holly. Okay, guys, so we are having some round table. Okay, the table is square. It's not really round. We're having some table discussions. So today's topic, if your significant other was rooming with someone of the opposite sex, would you feel a way? Would you want them to have someone of the same sex in a roommate situation if you weren't able to, get your own apartments and you didn't have the money to share that apartment with your significant other? How would you feel if they told you, no, I'm rooming with this person? Would you think, something was going on after a few years? How would you feel about that? I'm going to start off with T.
In the beginning of the relationship, I wouldn't care because it's new. As time goes on, we would have to figure out how we could live together.
Okay.
But in the beginning, I wouldn't say, feel any way about him having any type of roommate, female, opposite sex roommate.
CZ?
I feel the same. I've been in that situation as well. My boyfriend had maybe like a cousin or two living there at one point. His cousin's girlfriend living there. So I feel like sometimes if you go out your way to get to know that person, then you won't feel so, I guess, I don't know what the word is, but
Jealous?
jealous, yes.
She's like, how can I put this without sounding like a crazy girlfriend?
But I agree that at a certain point you have to reach an agreement where it's like, okay, how are we gonna live together and make it on our own?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would feel slightly jealous. I think I would, because I'd feel like, when I'm gone, and I guess it depends on whether or not they came to an agreement that, they can have company staying over and how often, because, that's usually a situation with a lot of couples. If they want to, have someone stay over. But I'm thinking on nights when, we're parting ways, or, say we maybe got into a little altercation or something and he's going back, he's been drinking, and then you got this other woman in there, or, if it was a woman, this other guy is in there, and, things happen when you, have a little taste of the alcoholic beverage. How would you feel? Because now I'm thinking, he left me a little tipsy. Is he gonna, possibly, talk to her? And if they've been rooming for a while, surely they're close in some sense. Is he talking to her about our arguments? Or, is she talking to him about arguments like she may have with her boyfriend? So I think I would feel a way, and I would definitely want to speed things up with him possibly moving out of that environment. Now, would you feel the same if it was a same-sex roommate? Would you try to hurry it along and say, listen, we need to move in together? Or would you be okay with him staying there for as long as he needed?
No, I think the rush comes into play when it's the opposite sex, right? Because you're uncomfortable with it. But like C said, if you get to know the person and you know they just have a friendship, I don't think you would really worry about him going home tipsy, sleeping with her. Because it comes down to trust. Because he could get tipsy and go get a stranger if that's the case.
Yeah, and then she'll cook you dinner while you're there, and then she'd be like, isn't it time for you to go now? She's like, I don't know, I think I would feel away. All that lovely noise you hear in the background, that's our lovely friend. Hey, friend. She said hi underneath the mask. You couldn't hear her, but I can read her body language. She's so sexy, she don't even know what to do with all that sexiness. Meow. Go ahead, girl. Roll them eyes and wave them fingers. Hey. Okay, so yeah, I think the rush would be, if it was opposite sex. But CZ, if it was a same sex, would you be in a rush to get them out?
No, I wouldn't be in a rush. But like I said, at a certain point, when you start to get really serious, you guys have to start building together, and you have to get used to not being with another person there and relying on somebody else putting in for the rent.
Okay, so let me just throw this in there because you guys know I like to throw stuff in. So if he's saying, listen, this is working right now, I'm trying to save up some money, I don't know how long this is going to take, and it's no problem, if they were really close to, like, once you met him and they were super close, would you have a problem with that? If he's saying, listen, I can't afford it right now, and this is what needs to be done, and you are voicing your concerns to him about how close they are. He's always talking to her, or they have like inside jokes. Would you feel a way about that?
To a certain extent, yeah, I would feel a certain way about having like inside jokes and like always talking all the time, because it's like that's what I'm here for, So things can happen.
Okay, T.
It depends on how the female is around me.
Okay.
And if I get a feeling that it's just really a friendship, it's no difference if he had a best friend that's a female. As long as I feel they're just friends and that's it, I wouldn't get jealous. No different than I wouldn't get jealous of his male friends if they had little jokes. As long as I never get that little gut feeling like, something going on,
right?
Then I wouldn't have a problem.
So, okay.
Until you gave me a reason,
So T just brought up something too. So with the opposite sex roommate, so now she's saying, if it was a best friend, would you be okay with an opposite sex best friend?
I would love it.
Really?
Yeah. I think men need to have a woman's perspective. And if you tell your man certain things, they don't hear you. Because you're his woman. I think men hear things better from other people. So if you're having a discussion, let's say you have an argument, he's not going to see your side in the argument. But when he goes and talks to a friend, he'll get that female perspective of it.
See?
I agree with it.
Yeah.
It's like T said, as long as you get that vibe that person is not, trying to be, I guess, sneaky or anything. It's you have to build also rapport with that person, your boyfriend's friend.
I don't know if I want to be friends if my boyfriend had, and I know he can have girlfriends, and by girlfriends I don't mean boinking in the bed girlfriend, but I'm saying he could have a female friend, but I think I would feel a certain type of way especially when we're around in a group setting, because if he is speaking to her about certain issues that we may have, I don't want to know that person, because now I feel like they're judging me when we're all together. And that's just like how I feel. I feel like anytime you're speaking to a close friend about issues like hot and heavy, the opposite sex, now I feel like, she might be judging me as a woman, or, maybe in her head saying, like, why is he with her? So I don't know if I would do that. Like, as opposed to a guy best friend, he can say whatever, but I don't, like you said, I don't think the male's opinion would weigh as heavily as a female's opinion would. So if he had a female best friend, what she's saying to him, so she might say some craziness and have him thinking like, maybe I should call off the wedding. And I'm like, oh.
Then that means she wanted him. Nah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Like, he can say, I have a friend at work, but when you start throwing in best friend, I'm like, how best of a friend is
what if
she?
they really grew up together? really knee high, you know, and they've been friends for 30 years.
I don't
And
think
she knows everything about him.
I wouldn't want to hang around them. I want them to be their best friends on their own. I wouldn't want to be part of that trio. I don't want to be part of that trio. What you do as best friends around each other is your best friend stuff. I don't want to be part of that trio at all.
So do you have a male close friend?
I have a male close friend, and I feel the same way. I don't want anybody around to make a trio of it, because if you're saying things like, and I think with like same-sex friends it's different, because you know there's a code, like with guys there's a code or whatever, but then if I'm expressing some things, and it may not necessarily be bad, but I think the opposite sex, there's always like a thought in the head. Now it's like a judgment, and that's just how I'm thinking. But I don't want to be part of that opposite sex friend trio. That's just not my deal. And you know, I just, because now I'm, you know, if that's the situation, I'm looking at her and I'm just like, so last night when things wasn't right, it wasn't my fault. The water was cold. The water was cold. So yeah. So see, what's your view? Best friend, opposite sex. Are you on board?
For me to have a best friend is the opposite sex.
Or your significant other?
Yeah. I feel like yes, they can have, I would say, some sort of best friend, but it shouldn't be like a constant, like you guys always talking. It's yeah, like once in a while I said hi to her or whatever, but I don't think it should be constant. Once you're dealing with him and you guys are serious, he should come to you and talk to you.
Okay, I think it. Yeah, and I guess if you want that opposite sex not to be his roommate, then you have to start an OnlyFans account and make some money, so you can pay half the
Maybe
rent.
showing some feet.
Yeah, I would show some feet on OnlyFans. You know, make a little bit of loot, make that rent for the month. Now the following month, you might have to show a little bit more than feet. Maybe some thigh. So you know, I got a 6-month plan: feet, calf, thigh, belly, boobs, and yeah, okay.
Back of the head.
Oh man, if I'm showing the back of the head, I'm gonna get paid. It's like, yeah, fuck that $20 a month shit. You're paying me. You're paying me. Yeah. So, and the code word is, can I see? Code word. So, okay. So there you have it, guys, gals. That is our perspective on opposite sex roommates or opposite sex best friends. Let us know what you think. And again, I have the sexy and tantalizing tea. Guys, until next episode, remember to always stay intrigued, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.